remarkable journey, pride and privilege to honor our esteemed Director Power, Shri M. Venkatachalam, who is leaving behind his footprints with an impressive imprint at NLC India Limited. Now, as we begin this occasion, offering our praises to NLCIL and Tamil Thai, I request everyone to raise and pay their respects as we play the NLCIL song and Tamil Thai. Thank you. Now I kindly request the presence of the dignitaries on the dais, please. I kindly invite our CMD and functional directors to the dais. Thank you, sirs.
Good evening to one and all present here. On this special occasion, I feel privileged to welcome all the dignitaries and participants gathered here to bid farewell to our respected Director Power. At the outset, I extend my most respectful welcome to our esteemed Chairman and Managing Director, Shri Prasanna Motupalli, for gracing this occasion with his esteemed presence. I warmly welcome our respected functional directors, whose presence adds great honor and dignity to this evening. I also extend a gracious welcome to Madam CMD and our spouses of functional directors, whose presence makes this occasion even more special. It is my privilege to welcome the family members of our respective Director Power. Your presence today adds warmth and emotional significance to this farewell gathering. I respectfully welcome our executive directors, unit heads, chief general managers, and the senior officials present here. I also extend a warm welcome to the representatives of unions, WPU and ATS. I respectfully welcome the office bearers of Association GIA, EA, NGIA and OA. I also welcome the representatives of SC, ST, SC, OBC Federation. I extend a very warm welcome to the office bearers of WIPS, all our employees and participants present here. As it is rightly said, great leaders leave behind not just memories, but a legacy of inspiration. With deep respect and affection, I extend a very special welcome to the man of the evening, our respected Director Power. Sir, today we have all gathered here to honor your distinguished service, inspiring leadership, valuable contribution, and unwavering commitment to NLCIL. This evening is a humble expression of our collective gratitude, admiration, and respect for your remarkable journey. Once again, I warmly welcome each and every one of you to this farewell function as we come together to make this occasion memorable with our collective respect and gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now it is with immense pleasure we honor Shri M. Venkatachalam, Director Power, for his exceptional excellence and singularly spectacular service to our organization. I kindly request our Honorable CMD, Shri Prasanna Motupalli, to honor Shri M. Venkatachalam, Director Power. Thank you, sir. Now I kindly request our esteemed Director Mines, Dr. Suresh Chandra Suman, to honor our Director Power. Thank you, sir. Now I kindly request our esteemed Director HR, Shri Samir Swarup, to honor our esteemed Director Power. Thank you, sir. Now I kindly request our esteemed Director Finance, Dr. Prasanna Kumar Acharya, to honor our esteemed Director Power. Thank you, sir. Now I kindly request our esteemed Director PNP, Shri Rajesh Pratap Singh Sisodia, to honor our esteemed Director Power. Thank you, sir. Now I kindly request our respected EDs to honor our Director Power. Firstly, I kindly request Shri Madhi K, Executive Director, Thermal Projects, to do the honors. Thank you, sir. Now I kindly request Shri Venkatasurya Narayana Murthy D, Executive Director, Legal, CSR and Medical, to do the honors. Thank you, sir. Now I kindly request Shri Rajmohan S, Executive Director, SME Conveyor Transport. I kindly request Shri Ramachandra or Parasra, Executive Director, Management Services, Contracts, Disposal and IE Wing, to do the honors. Thank you, sir. Now I kindly request Shri Devendra Pratap Singh, Executive Director, PBND, to do the honors. Now I kindly request, thank you, sir. Now I kindly request Shri Ponnupandian, Executive Director, Thermal, to do the honors. Thank you, sir. I kindly request Shri Subbarao, Executive Director, Commercial and TS2 CMD, to do the honoring, please. Thank you, sir. Now I kindly request Shri Pankaj Kumar, Executive Director, Human Resources, to do the honoring, please. Thank you, sir. Sir, please be seated. Now, it is a pleasure to honor the person behind the success of our esteemed Director Power, Srimati Chitra Venkatachalam, the graceful better half of our Director Power. I kindly request Srimati Radhika Motupalli, spouse of our CMD, to honor Srimati Chitra Venkatachalam, spouse of our esteemed Director Power, with a bouquet. Thank you, madams. May I now kindly request the representatives from the unions, associations, welfare federations, associations, and WIPs to honor Shri M. Venkatachalam, our esteemed Director Power. Thank you. Now, we will have the privilege of watching a glimpse of our Director Power's journey at NLC India Limited through the photo story. To treasure the memorable memories with pleasure, now we have the presentation of the photo album. I now kindly request our respected CMD, Shri Prasanna Kumar Motupalli, to present the photo album to esteemed Director Power, Shri M. Venkatachalam. Presentation of the hard copy of the photo album. For the presentation of the terminal benefits, I kindly request our esteemed CMD to present the memento and the terminal benefits to our Director Power, Shri M. Venkatachalam. We also request our esteemed CMD to present the retirement gift to our Director Power. Thank you, sirs. Now, for the felicitations, I invite Shri Srinivasan, OS of Recognized Union WPU, for his felicitation address.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். மோஸ்ட் ரெஸ்பெக்டட் சிஎம்டி சார், விழாவின் நாயகர் டைரக்டர் பவர் சார் மற்றும் ஃபங்க்ஷனல் டைரக்டர்ஸ், டைரக்டர் மெயின்ஸ், டைரக்டர் ஹெச்ஆர், டைரக்டர் ஃபைனான்ஸ் அண்ட் டைரக்டர் பிஎன்பி, ஆல் யூனிட் ஹெட்ஸ், இடி, சிஜிஎம், டிஜிஎம் மற்றும் அதிகாரிகள், தொழிலாளிகளின் பிரதிநிதியாக தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்டுள்ள தொழிற்சங்கங்களான நான் சார்ந்த தோமுசாவின் பொருளாளர் மற்றும் ஏடிபி பொறுப்பாளர்கள் மற்றும் அசோசியேஷன்ஸ் ஜியா, இஏ, என்ஜிஏ, விப்ஸ் மற்றும் ஆஃபீஸர்ஸ் அசோசியேஷன் பிரதிநிதிகள் மற்றும் ஃபெடரேஷன்ஸ் எஸ்சி, எஸ்டி, எஸ்டி, ஓபிசி பிரதிநிதிகள் அனைவருக்கும் மாலை வணக்கத்தை என் சார்ந்தும் நான் சார்ந்த தொழிற்சங்கத்தின் சார்பாகவும் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். பணி ஓய்வு நாயகருக்கு அனைத்து தொழிலாளர்களின் சார்பாகவும் நான் சார்ந்த தொழிலாளர் முன்னேற்ற சங்கத்தின் சார்பாகவும் எங்களுடைய வாழ்த்துக்களை முதற்கண் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். இந்த நிறுவனமானது இவ்வளோ வளர்ச்சி அடைந்திருக்கிறது. இதற்காக அவரோட உழைப்பு, அந்த உழைப்பிற்காக எங்களின் நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். இந்த அவையானது அறிவுசார் அவையாக அதாவது தெரியுது. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சூழ்நிலை. 1956 இந்த நிறுவனமானது துவக்கப்பட்டு தற்போது 70 ஆண்டுகளை நோக்கி சென்று கொண்டிருக்கிறது. இந்த வளர்ச்சி இது ஒரு நாள் இரவில் காலையில் தூங்கி எழுந்துச்சி காலையில் வந்துச்சா அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இல்லை. வெவ்வேறு மனிதர்களோட தியாகம், அவர்களோட பெருந்தன்மை, ஏன்னா சுற்றி நமக்கு நலம் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ரெண்டாவது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தொழிலாளர்களோட உழைப்பு, ரெண்டாவது அதிகாரிகள் அவர்களோட திட்டமிடல், அவர்களுடைய உழைப்பு, இது எல்லாம் சார்ந்து உருவாக்கப்பட்டு இன்று நிமிர்ந்து நிற்கிறது. ஒவ்வொரு காலகட்டத்திலையும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒருத்தவங்களோட ஒரு சூழ்நிலை, அப்போ நிறைய ப்ராப்ளம் வரும், சோதனைகள் வரும். இது எல்லாத்தையும் அனைவரும் சேர்ந்து ஒன்றுபட்டு அதை சரி செய்து அடுத்தடுத்த ஸ்டெப்புக்கு போயிட்டே இருந்துகிட்ருக்கோம். முதல்ல பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கரியை நோண்டி எடுத்துருவோமான்னு யோசிச்சுருப்போம். அடுத்தது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா மின்சாரம் வந்திருக்குமா, வந்துருச்சு மின்சாரம், அதை பார்த்துருப்போம். அடுத்தது நாட்டோட முக்கியமான தேவை, இதை அதிகப்படுத்தணும், அதை நோக்கி போயிட்டு இருந்திருப்போம். அதுக்கு அடுத்தது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சரி இப்படியே போயிட்டுருக்கு, லாபமே இல்லையே, சரி லாபம் வேணும், அதுக்கு திட்டமிட்டிருப்பாங்க, அதுக்கு உழைச்சிருப்பாங்க. இது ஒவ்வொரு காலகட்டத்திலையும். அதுக்கப்புறம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா டெக்னாலஜி வந்துருச்சு. அதுக்கப்புறம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த காலகட்டத்திலலாம் நமக்கு முன்னாடி இருந்திருக்கும். இந்த டெக்னாலஜிக்கு முன்னாடி காலகட்டம் வரைக்கும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா முன்னாடி இருந்தவங்க நம்மளோட முன்னோர்கள் இந்த நிறுவனத்துக்காக உழைச்சி பணி ஓய்வு பெற்று சென்றிருப்பாங்க கிட்டத்தட்ட. அடுத்த ஸ்டேஜ்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா டெக்னாலஜி வந்திருக்கும் 80லேருந்து 90 காலகட்டம். அப்போ கிட்டத்தட்ட நம்மளாம் இருக்கிறதுக்கான வாய்ப்புகள் இருக்குது, எல்லோரும் அதில் பங்கு பெற்றிருப்போம். இந்த டெக்னாலஜி வந்துச்சு, சரி அதனால் பூம் ஆகிடுச்சா அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா உலகமயமாக்கல், அதனால் என்ன ஆகிடுச்சுன்னா போட்டி அதிகமாகிடுச்சு. சரி போட்டியில் நம்ம வின் பண்ணோம், அப்போ உற்பத்தியை பெருக்கணும், அதை சார்ந்து லாபம் வரணும், அடுத்து லாபம் குறிக்கோளாக இருக்கணும், லாபம் வரணும், அப்போ என்ன செய்யலாம், செலவினங்களை குறைக்கணும், அதுக்குள்ளே ஒரு நெருக்கடி இருக்கும், அதை சரி பண்ணணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் பார்த்திங்கன்னா இந்திய அளவில் நம்பர் 1 இருக்கணும், அது நம்மளோட ஸ்டேட்டஸை மாற்றிக்கிட்டே போனோம். இப்போ நவரத்னாலேருந்து நம்ம மகாரத்னாவை நோக்கி போயிட்டுருக்கோம். இந்த காலகட்டத்தில் நமக்கு தலைவர்களாக வந்தவர்கள், லீடர்ஷிப், அது அதிகாரிகளாக இருக்கலாம், டைரக்டராக இருக்கலாம், சேர்மனாக இருக்கலாம், இவங்கெல்லாம் ஒரு தொழிலாளிகளோட உழைப்பு, அதை சார்ந்து திட்டமிடல், முடிவெடுக்கிற அதிகாரம் எல்லாம் அவங்கக்கிட்ட தான் இருக்கும். அப்போ அவங்க தான் அதை அடுத்த இதுக்கு கொண்டுட்டு போகிறதுன்னு பார்த்திங்கன்னா அவங்க தான். இப்போ அவங்களோட உழைப்பு, அவங்களோட இது எல்லாமே இதில் இருந்ததோட காரணமாக இன்றைக்கி இவ்வளோ பெரிய வளர்ச்சி. கிட்டத்தட்ட நம்ம வளர்ச்சின்னு சொல்லிக்கலாம். அது மாதிரி இன்னைய காலகட்டத்தில் இது ஒவ்வொரு இடத்துலையும் ஒருத்தங்க அதை செதுக்கிட்டே போயிருக்காங்க. இன்னைய காலகட்டம்னு பார்த்திங்கன்னா இன்னும் போட்டி, சுற்றுச்சூழல் பாதுகாப்பில் நம்ம கவனம் செலுத்தணும், அதையும் போட்டி போட்டு வெளியே வரணும். இப்போ தான் க்ரீன் எனர்ஜி, சோலாரு, விண்டு மில், இந்த மாதிரிலாம் நம்ம அதை நோக்கி போயிட்டுருக்குறோம். இப்போ நம்ம சேர்மன் பார்த்திங்கன்னா நிறையா பேசும்போதெல்லாம் நம்மள்கிட்ட அதை தான் பேசிக்கிட்டு இருப்பாங்க. அப்போ அது ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டண்ட்டாக இருக்குது. இது இவங்க இந்த அளவுக்கு கொண்டு நம்மள்கிட்ட ஒப்படைச்சிட்டு இப்போ காலையில் ஒரு 6 இடி சிஜிஎம் எல்லாம் ரிட்டையர்டு, அவங்க இதெல்லாம் கொண்டு நம்ம கையில் ஒப்படைச்சிட்டு போயிருக்காங்க. இப்போ சேர்மன் அடுத்தது இப்போ அவங்க இருக்கிறவங்க எல்லாமே ஒரு மைல்கல்லை ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. அதிக லாபம், அதிக உற்பத்தி, விரிவாக்கம் அப்படின்னு கொண்டு போய் ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அப்போ வரக்கூடியவர்கள் அதை தாண்டி ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணணும். அதை தாண்டி ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணால் தான் அந்த வளர்ச்சி. இல்லாட்டினா சார் அடிக்கடி சொல்லுவாங்க, நிலைப்புத்தன்மை, சஸ்டைனபிலிட்டி, அது இருக்கணும். அது இருந்தால் தான் அதுக்கு அடுத்தது போக முடியும்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அப்போ அந்த மைல்கல்லை அச்சீவ் பண்ண வரக்கூடியவர்கள், இருக்கக்கூடியவர்கள் அதை நம்ம கொண்டுட்டு போகணும். அப்போ இதில் ஒரு புதுசாக ஒன்று உருவாக்கணும் போது நமக்கு மூலதனம் இல்லை டெக்னாலஜி இருந்துட்டால் போதும், அதை வச்சு நம்ம கொண்டு போயிடலாம். ஆனால் ஒரு நிறுவனம் இயங்கிக்கிட்டே இருக்கு அப்படின்னா அதில் ஏற்படக்கூடிய ப்ராப்ளம், அதை சரி பண்ணுறது எப்படி, அடுத்த கட்டத்துக்கு கொண்டு போகிறது எப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அதில் டெக்னாலஜி இது மட்டும் போதுமானா இல்லை, அனுபவம் இருக்கணும். நமக்கு TS2 எக்ஸ்பான்ஷன் அதில் நிறையா நம்ம கண் பார்வைக்கு தெரிஞ்சது. ராஜஸ்தான் பர்சிங் சார் இதெல்லாம் நம்ம உணர்ந்திருக்கலாம். இதில் ஏற்படக்கூடிய ப்ராப்ளத்தை இங்கே இருக்கக்கூடிய அதிகாரிகள், இங்கே இருக்கக்கூடிய தொழிலாளர்களோட முயற்சினால் அது இப்போ சரி பண்ணி ஓரளவுக்கு இதாகிட்டு இருக்கு. அப்போ இந்த அனுபவம் வந்து அடுத்தடுத்து கை கொடுத்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கும். இப்போ அந்த அனுபவத்தில் வந்து இப்போ இருக்கிறத பார்த்திங்கன்னா அதிகாரிகள் மட்டத்தில் அது தொடர்ந்து வந்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கு. ஏன்னா ரிட்டையர்டாக வராங்க, ரெக்ரூட்மெண்ட் இருக்குது, ரிட்டையர்டாக வராங்க, ரெக்ரூட்மெண்ட் இருக்குது. அடுத்தடுத்த ஜென்ரேஷனுக்கு அது ஒரு வாய்ப்பாக கிடைக்குது. தொழிலாளி மத்தியில் பார்த்திங்கன்னா அது இல்லை. அது எங்கள் சைடு ஒரு பெரிய குறை. அது நாங்களும் அதுக்காக போராடிக்கிட்டே இருக்கோம், கேட்டுக்கிட்டே இருக்கோம், பேசிக்கிட்டே இருக்கோம். ஒரு அதிகபட்சமாக இப்போ பார்த்திங்கன்னா கான்ட்ராக்ட் லேபர்ஸ் இஷ்யூ தான். அவங்க ஒரு லிமிட்டு தான், அதுக்குள்ளே அந்த தொடர்ச்சியாக இருப்பாங்களான்றது ஒரு கேரண்டி கிடையாது. அப்போ நிரந்தரத்தன்மை உள்ள வேலைகளில் நிரந்தரத்தன்மை தொழிலாளர்கள் இருந்தால்தான் இவங்களோட அனுபவத்தை நம்ம அடுத்தடுத்த ஸ்டேஜுக்கு கொண்டு செல்ல முடியுன்ற ஒரு சூழ்நிலையில் இருக்கும். அதை நோக்கியும் இந்த இடத்துல ஒரு சின்ன கோரிக்கையை அதை வச்சுக்கிறோம். அதுக்கான முயற்சிகள் நம்ம செய்யணுன்றது. இந்த தருணத்தில் இந்த வளர்ச்சிக்காக பாடுபட்ட அனைவருக்கும் நம்ம வந்து நம்மளோட நன்றியை தெரிவிச்சுக்கிறோம். டைரக்டர் பவர் சார் அவர்களுக்கும் அவர் குடும்பத்தாருக்கும் இந்த நேரத்தில் நாங்கள் வாழ்த்துக்களையும் நன்றியும் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். வருங்காலம் ஒன்று இருக்குது. இப்போ சொல்லுவாங்க ரிட்டையர்டு, இந்த லைஃப்பில் இவங்கெல்லாம் ரொம்ப ஆக்டிவாக இருந்தவங்க, ரொம்ப பிஸியாகவே இருந்தவங்க. அதனால் வாசிக்க மறந்த தவிர்த்த புத்தகங்களை வாசிக்கலாம், பழக மறந்த சுற்றங்களோட பழகலாம், பார்க்க மறந்த அனுபவிக்க மறந்த சுற்றுச்சூழல் அதை அனுபவிக்கலாம். நம்ம கவனத்துடன் பார்க்க வேண்டிய இந்த சமூகத்தை திரும்பி பார்க்கலாம். இதெல்லாம் பார்க்காமல் இருந்திருந்தால் ஐயா அவர்களுக்கு இது ஒரு வாய்ப்பு. ஐயா பார்த்துக்கிட்டே தான் இருப்பாங்க. ஏன்னா நிறையா தமிழ் ஆர்வலத்தோடு இருக்கிறதுனால இதிலெல்லாம் இருப்பாங்க. இருந்தாலும் இந்த நேரத்தில் இதை நாங்கள் வந்து அவங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கணும். வருங்காலம் அவருக்கு வந்து நீண்ட ஆயுளையும் ஆரோக்கியமான வாழ்வையும் அமைதியான சூழலையும் குடும்பத்தாருடன் சேர்ந்து இது அனைத்தும் அவருக்கு கிடைக்க வேண்டும் என்று என் அனைத்து தொழிலாளர்கள் சார்பாகவும் நான் சார்ந்த தொழிலாளர் முன்னேற்றம் சங்கத்தின் சார்பாகவும் வாழ்த்துக்களுடன் வேண்டி வணங்கிக் கொள்கிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
நன்றி நவில்து வாழிய என வாழ்த்தியமைக்கு நன்றி ஐயா. Thank you for your felicitation address, sir. Now I kindly request Shri Vettivel, Secretary of Recognized Union ATP, for his felicitation.
இந்த இனிய நிகழ்வின் மையப்புள்ளியாக விளங்குகிற எங்களுடைய போற்றுதலுக்கும் மரியாதைக்கும் உரிய மின்துறை இயக்குனர் அவர்களே, இந்த நிகழ்வை இங்கே வெகு சீரோடும் சிறப்போடும் ஏற்பாடு செய்து நடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கிற இந்த நிறுவனத்தினுடைய தலைவர் மரியாதைக்குரிய அதிபர் அவர்களே, இயக்குனர்கள் மரியாதைக்குரிய சுரங்கத்துறை, மனிதவளத்துறை மற்றும் நிதித்துறை மற்றும் பிஎன்பி அவர்களே, அவருடைய குடும்பத்தார்களே, இங்கே குழுமி இருக்கிற அனைத்து செயல் இயக்குனர்களே, முதன்மை பொது மேலாளர்களே மற்றும் என்னோடு இங்கே கலந்து கொண்டிருக்கிற பேச்சுவார்த்தை சங்கமாக இருக்கிற தொழிலாளர் முன்னேற்ற சங்கம் மற்றும் அண்ணா தொழிலாளர் ஊழியர் சங்கத்தினுடைய தலைமை நிர்வாகிகளே, ஜியா, இஏ, ஓஏ, என்ஜியா மற்றும் விப்ஸ் சார்ந்த நிர்வாக பொறுப்பாளர்களே, இன்றைக்கு பணி ஓய்வு பெறுகிற மரியாதைக்குரிய மின்துறை இயக்குனரின் குடும்பத்தார்களே, நண்பர்களே, உறவினர்களே மற்றும் இந்த நிகழ்விலே கலந்து கொண்டிருக்கிற அனைத்து நண்பர்களுக்கும் தொழிலாளர் தோழர்களுக்கும் என்னுடைய அண்ணா தொழிலாளர் ஊழியர் சங்கத்தின் சார்பிலே மாலை வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். எனக்கு முன்பாக விரிவாக பேசி சென்றிருக்கிறார். இருந்தாலும் பணி ஓய்வு பாராட்டை தெரிவிக்க வேண்டிய கட்டாயத்திலே ஒரு சில கருத்துக்களை பதிவு செய்ய விரும்புகிறேன். இந்த நிகழ்வில் கலந்து கொண்டிருக்கிற என்னோடு களமாடிக்கொண்டிருக்கிற ஓபிசி மற்றும் எஸ்சி/எஸ்டி பணியாளர் நல சங்கம், எஸ்டி சங்கத்தின் நிர்வாகிகளுக்கும் இந்த நேரத்தில் வணக்கங்களை தெரிவித்துக்கொண்டு, இந்த நிறுவனம் இன்றைக்கு நம்முடைய அதிபர் சுட்டிக்காட்டுவது போல உற்பத்தி மற்றும் இலக்காக இல்லாமல் பாதுகாப்புடன் கூடிய உற்பத்தியே நமக்கு தேவை என்பதை எந்த ஒரு நிகழ்விலுமே வெளிப்படுத்தக்கூடிய அதிபர் அவர்கள், அவரோடு இணைந்து பணியாற்றி கொண்டிருக்கிற இயக்குனர் பெருமக்களும், இங்கே வீற்றிருக்கிற அனைவரும் இன்றைக்கு இந்த நிறுவனம் மிகப்பெரிய ஒரு வளர்ச்சியை அடைந்திருக்கிறதுக்கு காரணகர்த்தாக விளங்குகிறவர்கள். அதே போல் நெய்வேலி பழுப்பு நிலக்கரி நிறுவனமாக இருந்த இந்த நிறுவனம் இன்றைக்கு NLC இந்தியா நிறுவனமாக உருவெடுத்திருக்கிறது. நவரத்னங்களாக இருந்த NLC இந்தியா நிறுவனம் இன்றைக்கு மகாரத்னமாக மாறிக்கொண்டிருக்கிறது என்று சொன்னால் இவர்களுடைய நம்முடைய உழைப்பு அளப்பரியது. இன்றைக்கு நிறுவனம் பல்வேறு மாற்று எரிசக்தி துறைக்கு நம்மை முன்னேற்றி கொண்டு சென்று கொண்டிருக்கிற இந்த சூழலிலே மின்துறை இயக்குனர் அவர்கள் இன்றைக்கு கதம்பூரிலே 2 யூனிட்டுகளை உருவாக்கி 3வது யூனிட்டுக்கு கொண்டு சென்றிருக்கிறார். இது இவருடைய காலத்திலே நடந்த ஒரு சாதனை. அதே போல் நாம் மாற்று எரிசக்தியிலே சோலாரை பார்த்தோம், விண்டை பார்த்தோம். இன்றைக்கு முதல் முறையாக சாரோட மின்துறை இயக்குனரின் முயற்சியால் இன்றைக்கு அணுமின் நிலையத்தை நோக்கி நாம் நகர்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். அதற்கு அந்த பெருமைக்கு உரியவர் நம்முடைய மின்துறை இயக்குனர் என்பதை சொல்லி, பணி ஓய்வு என்பது வயதை அடிப்படையாக கொண்டு நடைபெறுகிற ஒரு நிகழ்வு. ஆனாலும் நம்முடைய மின்துறை இயக்குனர் மிகவும் சுறுசுறுப்பாக எதையுமே லாபகமாக கையாளக்கூடியவர். பணி ஓய்வு காலங்களிலே நல்ல இதே மனநிலையோடு, நீண்ட ஆரோக்கியத்தோடு, நல்ல செல்வ செழிப்போடு, மன நிறைவோடு வாழ வேண்டும் அவரும் அவர் குடும்பத்தாரும் என்று உங்கள் சார்பாகவும் நான் சார்ந்திருக்கிற அண்ணா தொழிலாளர் ஊழியர் சங்கத்தின் சார்பாகவும் வாழ்த்தி வணங்கி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
மனதார வாழ்த்துரை வழங்கியதற்கு நன்றி ஐயா. Thank you for your heartfelt felicitations, sir. Now I kindly request Shri Balaji Suresh, representative on behalf of GIA, EA, NGA, OIA, for his felicitation address on this occasion.
Most respected and beloved Chairman, Managing Director, and respected and esteemed Director Mines, Director HR, and today's hero, Director Power Sir, Director Finance, and Director PNP, and EDs, senior officials, and esteemed colleagues, my colleague trade unions, Tomusa, Anna Tomusa, and JAC leaders, EA, NGA, OA, and federations, SC, ST Federation, ST Federation, OBC, and VIPs, good evening to all. It is a both privilege and emotional moment for me to stand before this august gathering on behalf of Graduate Engineering Association and NLCIL JAC of Associations to deliver a farewell address to our respected Director of Power, Shri M. Venkatachalam sir. Sir, throughout our distinguished career, spanning more than 37 years in power and nuclear sector, you have been demonstrated experimental leadership and technical excellency, visionary thinking, and unwavering commitment towards nation building. From your remarkable contribution NPCL, including successful commissioning of India's first indigenous 700 megawatt nuclear reactor at Kakrapur, to your transformative leadership at NLC India Limited, your journey truly inspirational for every engineer and professional in this organization. Since assuming charge as Director of Power of NLCIL in April 2023, your dynamic leadership has brought significant milestones and achievements to the power sector of NLCIL. Under reliable guidance and long-awaited NEPPL Gadampur Power Project achieved historic progress with Unit 1, Unit 2 successfully attending the commercial operations, and while Unit 3 reached full load operation and it shortly expected to achieve the COD. This accomplishment starts a proud testimony to your determination, perseverance, and engineering excellency. Sir, your contribution was not limited to project execution. Your strengthened operational excellence across all thermal stations, enhanced plant performance, improved safety culture, and introduced several forward-looking initiatives and engineering maintenance systems. Notably, in TS2 today, several mill problem is there. It has been despite every challenge was solved, and today the 7 units are running successfully. The successful FBHE modification TPS2 expansion has strengthened behavioral safety practice and strategic innovative in thermal and nuclear diversification clearly reflect your visionary approach, sir. Your leadership always inspired young engineers. As a graduate engineers, we admire your simplicity and technical depth and decision-making ability and the confidence which you have encouraged innovation, professionalism. Your interaction with engineers at all levels created motivation and a sense of responsibility among us to contribute meaningful towards the growth of NLCIL and the nation. Sir, your efforts in strengthening collaboration with premier institutions such as IIT, Madras, NPCL, BARC, and international organizations have laid a strong foundation for the future growth of NLCIL in advanced energy sectors, including power, nuclear power, carbon capture, and rare earth extraction technologies. Behind your professional achievements, we will always remember you as a humble leader, a lecturer, a approachable mentor, and the person who valued teamwork and human relations. Your calmness during challenges, clarity in vision, and commitments toward organizational excellency to continue guide us your years to come, sir. Sir, you have been the silent force behind NLCL growth power and national contributions. On behalf of NLCL JAC and the Graduate Engineer Associations, I express our heartfelt gratitude for your valuable guidance, encouragement, and support extended to young engineers throughout your tenure, sir. Sir, though you may be retiring from your present office, your legacy and principles and contributions will continue to inspire generations and engineering professionals in NLCL. Being it, sir, we have many times we visited in office, we not seen as a director, we seen as a lecturer, sir. Every day you have given more lessons to us. Thank you very much, sir. We sincerely wish you and we family a happy, a healthy, a peaceful and fulfilled retirement life, sir. May these years ahead bring you joy, satisfaction and continuous success in your future endurance. And also thanks to our HR team and ED, HR and the CGM IR and DGM, Executive Staff Mesh and CGM Employee Welfare, and thanks for giving this opportunity to deliver some speech about SARS. Thank you very much, sir, for extraordinary service to the organization and the nation. Jai Hind, Jai NLCL. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your heartwarming felicitations and for giving us insights on our Director Power's journey with NLC India Limited. Now I invite Shri Veerabalu on behalf of SC/ST Employee Welfare Federation, ST Employees Welfare Association and OBC Welfare Association for his felicitation address on this occasion.
இதனால் இவன் முடிப்பான் என்றாய்ந்து அதனை அவன் கண் விடல் என்ற வள்ளுவன் வாக்கிற்கேற்ப நமது நிர்வாகத்துறையிலும் தன்னுடைய குடும்ப நிகழ்வினையும் சிறப்பாக செய்து முடித்து இன்று பணி நிறைவு பாராட்டு விழாவினை பெற்றுக்கொண்டிருக்கிற நமது NLCIL நிறுவனத்தினுடைய மின்துறை இயக்குனர்கள் இவ்விழாவின் கதாநாயகனாக பெற்றிருக்கிறார்கள். இந்நிகழ்வினை தலைமையேற்று சிறப்போடும் புகழோடும் நடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கிற நமது நிறுவனத்தினுடைய அதிபர் அவர்களுக்கும் இயக்குனர் பெருமக்களுக்கும் செயல் இயக்குனர்களுக்கும் முதன்மை பொது மேலாளர்களுக்கும் பொது மேலாளர்களுக்கும் அதிகாரி பெருமக்களுக்கும் தொழிலாளர் தோழர்களுக்கும் ஊழிய நண்பர்களுக்கும் அங்கீகரிக்கப்பட்ட தொழிற்சங்கங்களான தோமுசா ஆத்தோவுசா சங்கத்திற்கும் அதிகாரிகளின் சங்கங்களான ஜியா என்ஜியா இஏ ஓஏ பொறுப்பாளர்களுக்கும் விப்ஸு நிர்வாகிகளுக்கும் எங்களது தோழமை சங்கங்களான எஸ்டி நலச்சங்கத்தின் பொறுப்பாளர்களுக்கும் ஓபிசி நலச்சங்கத்தினுடைய பொறுப்பாளர்களுக்கும் என்னோடு வந்திருக்கிற எமது நலச்சங்கத்தின் பொதுச் செயலாளர் பொருளாளர் அவர்களுக்கும் என் சார்பிலும் நான் சார்ந்திருக்கிற என்எல்சி எஸ்சி பணியாளர்கள் நலச்சங்கத்தின் சார்பிலும் நெஞ்சார்ந்த மாலை நேர வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். மின்துறை இயக்குனர் அவர்களை வாழ்த்தி பேசியவர்களை அவர்களுடைய பணியினையும் அவர்கள் நிறுவனத்திற்கு ஆற்றிய நிகழ்வினையும் எடுத்துரைத்து அதை சில சொற்களை நான் முன்மொழிந்து மின்துறை இயக்குனர் அவர்கள் நெய்வேலியிலே பணியில் அமர்ந்த காலகட்டத்தில் நான் பொருளாளராக இருந்த காலகட்டத்தில் அவரோடு பேசியிருக்கிற சூழ்நிலை உருவானது. அன்றைக்கிருந்த எமது நலச்சங்கத்தின் தலைவர் பொதுச் செயலாளரோடு பேசியிருக்கிறோம். அந்த வகையிலே அதனைத் தொடர்ந்து எமது தலைமையில் கீழே எமது நலச்சங்கத்தை வழிநடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கிற சூழலில் அவரோடு நாங்கள் சில நிகழ்வுகளுக்காக எங்களுடைய சங்கத்தின் உறுப்பினர்களுடைய பிரச்சனைகளுக்காக வாதிட்டு இருக்கிறோம். அவர்களும் நம்முடைய நிறுவனத்தின் வளர்ச்சிகளை பற்றியும் நிறுவனத்தில் இருக்கிற சிறு குறை நிறைகளை பற்றியும் எங்களிடத்திலே சொல்லியிருக்கிறார்கள். நாங்களும் எங்களுடைய உறுப்பினர்களின் கிரிவன்ஸுக்காக அவருடைய வாதிட்டு பேசியிருக்கிறோம். ரூமுக்கு நுழைந்த உடனேயே வாங்க வீராபாலு என்று நெஞ்சார என்னை அழைத்து பேசுவதுண்டு. அது மட்டுமல்லாமல் சுற்றுப்புற இருக்கிற கிராமத்து மக்களுக்கு கல்வி கொடுக்க வேண்டும், நீங்கள் இந்த சங்கத்தின் மூலமாக அந்த கிராம மக்களுக்கு ஏதாவது செய்ய வேண்டும் என்று நினைத்தால் அந்த கிராமத்திற்கெல்லாம் சென்று கல்வி கற்க ஏற்பாடு செய்யுங்கள் என்று அடிக்கடி எங்களிடம் சொல்வார்கள். நானும் அடிக்கடி பள்ளிக்கூடங்களுக்கெல்லாம் செல்கின்ற போது சார் உங்களை பற்றி பேசியிருக்கிறோம் என்று அவரிடமே பல தடவை தெரிவித்திருக்கிறோம். ஏன் இதையெல்லாம் இங்கே சொல்கிறேன் என்று சொன்னால் அவருடைய தமிழ் ஆர்வமும் தமிழ் மக்கள் மீது இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு பற்றுதலும் ஏழை எளிய மக்களுக்கு கூட இருக்கிற ஒரு புரிதலும் அவருக்கு நிறையவே அவரிடத்தில் நாங்கள் கண்டுகொண்டிருக்கிறோம். அது மட்டுமல்லாமல் திருவள்ளுவர் மீது அவருக்கு அளவு கடந்த ஒரு பற்றுதல் உண்டு. அதனால தான் நான் திருவள்ளுவர் திருக்குறளை ஆரம்பிக்கும் போதே ஆரம்பித்தேன். அடிக்கடி திருவள்ளுவரை பற்றி பேசுவார், தமிழ் பொதுமறையை பற்றி பேசுவார். பேசுகின்ற பொழுது கூட இப்போ ஒரு 3 டேஸுக்கு முன்னாடி கூட அனல் நிலைய விரிவாக்கத்திலே திருவள்ளுவர் அவர்களுடைய சிலையை திறந்து வைத்தார்கள். அப்படிப்பட்ட நமது மின்துறை இயக்குனர் அவர்கள் நமது என்எல்சி நிறுவனத்திலிருந்து தான் பணி ஓய்வு பெறுகிறார்கள். என்றுக்கும் அவருடைய திறமையும் அவருடைய ஆற்றலும் இந்த என்எல்சி நிறுவனத்திற்கு ஜூனியராக இருக்கக்கூடியவர்களுக்கு தேவைப்பட வேண்டும் என கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். அதோடு மட்டுமல்லாமல் அருமை அண்ணன் சீனிவாசன் சொன்னது போல பணி நிறைவுக்கு பிறகு தான் சந்திக்காத, தான் பார்க்காத, தான் எந்த செயல்களிலே என்னும் எண்ணத்தில் நிறைவேற்ற வேண்டும் என்று துடித்து கொண்டிருந்த செயல்களை அவர் தொடர வேண்டும். எப்படி தன்னுடைய பணி காலங்களில் இந்த சுற்றுப்புற கிராம மக்களுக்காக தன்னை ஏதாவது இயன்ற அளவுக்கு செய்ய வேண்டும் என்று நினைத்தார்களோ அந்த வகையிலே அவர்களுடைய பணியானது இந்த சமூகத்திற்கும் இந்த சமுதாயத்திற்கும் மேன்மேலும் பயன்பட வேண்டும் என கேட்டுக்கொண்டு, நோய் நாடி நோய் முதல் நாடி அதுதனைக்கும் வாய் நாடி வாயப்பச் செயல் என்ற வள்ளுவன் வாக்குக்கு ஏற்ப அவர்களுடைய வாழ்க்கை பயணம் தொடர வேண்டும் என்று கேட்டுக்கொண்டு பேச வாய்ப்பளித்தமைக்கு நன்றி கூறி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
நன்றி நவிழ்ந்து பண்புகளை பாராட்டி வாழ்க என வாழ்த்துதல் வழங்கியமைக்கு நன்றி ஐயா. Thank you for your thoughtful felicitations, sir. Now I kindly request Srimati Kausalya Praveen, daughter-in-law of Director Power, to offer her felicitations on this occasion.
Dear respected guests, I've actually quite written down my speech, so if I wing it, I might forget so many of Daddy's achievements and who he is. So today we celebrate your remarkable journey from your work in power to your leader with vision. Your dedicated excellence have touched so many and created inspired aspirations in many. Daddy, even though I've known you for this past 6 months, I've seen what a truly great human you are. You embody an indefatigable spirit of learning, always staying remarkably up to date and insatiably curious about the world. You inspire everyone around you to strive for excellence, and most admirably, you hold yourselves to the same rigorous standard. None of these would have been possible without you, Mummy. She has been your pillar of strength, your quiet rock through every challenge and every triumph in your long career and life. With her grace, patience, warm encouragement, and unwavering love, she has stood beside you through all, whilst quietly ensuring you stood focused on what mattered the most. She has been the steady heartbeat behind so much of what you have achieved. Together, the two of you form an incredible team, perfectly balanced, deeply supportive, and stronger than the sum of your parts. This is how you live from my eyes, with passion, humility, and an unstoppable drive, leading by example, as Thiruvalluvar beautifully said, Kedil Vizhchelvam Kalvi Oruvarukku Madalla Matrayavai. The translation goes, learning is an imperishable wealth for a person. All other wealth is not really true. Thank you for being such an inspiring father-in-law. We wish you this beautiful chapter filled with joy, good health, new adventures, and all the time in the world for the things you love. Thank you.
Thank you for your gracious felicitations, and thank you for your wonderful expression of love and honoring your father-in-law and mother-in-law on this occasion. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now we have a video from Shri Nirmal, the son of our Director Power, offering his felicitations on this occasion.
Hi, Mummy. Hello, Daddy. How are you? Hope everything there is going on well. So, as I was thinking on putting out this video message, it was really a difficult one to bring together almost 40 years of the run that you both have been having, and Dad's career, which is what all this is about. So I'll try to do my best to bring together the experiences initially that me, Praveen, Daddy, Mummy, we all had, and then for the later part of the life, your daughter-in-laws and your grandson have been having. With that, let me start with your job, your career, and the way you have been approaching things, Daddy. From early on, I could say you were quite passionate about going to work, about having the right kind of impact, and you were so proud of talking about that. You were so invested. And my biggest takeaway from that was really it instilled the curiosity in me for machines, for tech, and honestly, that's what has been keeping me going all through these days. With my job, with how I approach life, I all take things with the curiosity that was planted long back. I also wanted to say that it wasn't just a career, a job for you. It was all an experience for all of us. It shaped the people we came in contact with. It shaped how we lived our life, the experiences we had, the decisions that you, Mummy, were taking. It all shaped us to what we are today. So I would want to start with both of those things. From here on, I wanted to really talk about a few life experiences, Daddy, Mummy, that really stuck with me as I was trying to look back, reflect on the experiences that we have been having. The first one I wanted to talk about is the love to explore, going places, be it for trips, be it for just experiencing certain things. Remember the LTC trips we took to Andaman, Kashmir, Rajasthan. Honestly, we did cover a whole part of India. It all happened because you took the extra time, effort to go plan those, to ensure that we are doing something new every time that opportunity was given, to get the vibe of the place, to try the food, to ensure we are getting the true unique experiences of those areas. And all that is transcending to what I am today in terms of the jobs I have picked, the job choices I have picked. It's all around travel. I try to continue doing that to the extent that Monica, Praveen, they all hate that, hey, we are just in a trip and you're planning for the next one. This all came from the seeds that you have sown. The second experience, or honestly, the lessons that we have learned from you, was really the fact that you had a balance in almost everything that you did. Be it financial discipline, be it consistency, be it having food, exercise, meeting people, spiritualism, games. So you had a really good balance on everything that you picked up. Nothing was in excess. Everything had its fair share of time, effort, and it really taught us something. It's important to stay in balance, irrespective of what we pick. The one aspect that you really didn't put a ceiling on was to dream big. And honestly, I would attribute that to you big time on the experiences, the way you were taking things, that all came back to us in some form or shape. One other aspect which is unique to me, Praveen, where we were not easy kids. We wanted to try out so many different things. To name a few, pushing the first car that you bought and trying to make it move, learn driving, drilling holes onto walls, breaking the furniture, toys, thinking we were building something, fiddling with telephones, computers. I can keep going on. We all really love the freedoms that we all enjoyed for exploring things, which was really the initial fuel for all our creative thinking that's happening today. The other aspect I wanted to highlight was honestly, Mummy, Daddy, you were our first teachers who were really invested in us, on our progress, on the experiences that we were getting, on the kinds of skill sets that we were picking up. Not just putting us in schools, ensuring that we were getting the diverse experiences from different kinds of activities, to really those long conversation sessions we have had together, understanding, trying to learn certain concepts together. It was all remarkable, the grit, the commitments that both of you have shown. And if I have to highlight one other thing, Mummy, back in the days, pre-internet era, when I had to learn Hindi for my curriculum, I really had no guidance. I was honestly struggling. You took the additional effort to join yourself for classes, go there, pick something up, learn a new language, come back and teach me the same. Such was the commitment that both of you took, which honestly is really difficult to replicate, but I'm taking inspiration from all of those characteristics that you have been exhibiting for all these years, ensuring I'm doing my part to your grandson and for the generations to come. Mummy, I wanted to take some time to talk about the kind of person you are. You were a real optimist. என்னனாலும் பார்த்துக்கலாம், எது நடந்தாலும் பரவாயில்ல, you'll be fine, which was all the kind of words that we wanted to hear, even though it was super impractical, but that kept us going, and you were there exactly doing us what we wanted. You were the force behind Dad's successful career, the different transitions he had, the ups and lows he has been facing. At the same time, you were super invested in architecting, be it my future or Praveen's future, and to the extent today, you're so invested in understanding what Dhruv is doing to give him the right kind of experiences. Truly. With all of these said, I wanted to just bring it all together. If I have to just lay out plainly the things that we have got, we have learnt from your living experience, was integrity, staying true to your purpose, or continue finding your purpose. Give it your 100%. Don't really look back on the results. Don't be afraid to try things. There is nothing you're going to get by not trying. This is exactly what me, Praveen, have taken away. So to close, I wanted to not just say thanks and then close it, but really we all are be it me, Praveen, Monica, Kausalya, Dhruv. We are all very grateful for the legacy that you have built, the high ballparks that you have set, be it from career, on the personal front, and everything. With that, let me say congratulations, Daddy, Mummy, on this truly great milestone. We are so happy that you are here, and we are even more excited for your next chapter of your life. With that, thank you so much for the opportunity. Let me say a big hi to everyone else who is looking at this video. Thank you.
Hello, Mommy and Daddy. நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா? First and foremost, congratulations on this incredible journey of 40 years. In the whole family நீங்கள் build பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க. From 4 people to now 7 people. Nirmal, Anni, Naan, Kausi, Dhruv, we are all inspired by you guys. Not just us, number relatives kuda, you are the first people to go out, build a career, and inspire everyone to do the same. Idallam thandi, there are some things that I want to talk about. First thing on the sacrifices you guys made, like starting from missing family functions for your exams, missing out on career opportunities just to make sure that we are all fine, we are all safe, we all have a safe environment. எங்களையும் ஃபேக்டர் இன் பண்ணி நிறையா சாக்ரிஃபைசஸ் பண்ணி எங்களுக்காக இவ்வளோ தூரம் எங்களெல்லாம் வளர்த்து பில்ட் பண்ணது இதெல்லாம் வந்து ரொம்ப இன்ஸ்பைரிங்காக இருக்குது. இதெல்லாம் தாண்டி ஒரு மேஜர் இதுவாக சொல்லணும்னா, இன் திஸ் ஹோல் 40 years, இல்லை I can talk about the years I have seen, 27 years. In the 27 yearsல நாட் ஈவன் அ சிங்கிள் டே நான் நீங்களாக இருக்கட்டும், மம்மியாக இருக்கட்டும், ஸ்டாப் பண்ணி இது டூ ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்குது, நான் போய் என் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸோட அவுட்டிங் போகிறேன், இல்லை ஹேங் அவுட் பண்ணுறேன், அந்த மாதிரி லைக் பிரேக் எடுத்தோ இல்லை லைக் சில் பண்ணியோ நான் பார்த்ததே இல்லை. This is truly inspiring. Hope I too, become like you. And then, so once again, congratulations on this incredible journey, and all the best for your future endeavors, both mom and dad. Thank you.
Hi Mummy, hi Daddy, எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? I hope you're doing good. So, how are you guys feeling? I know today would stir up a lot of mixed emotions, but I also know you guys would handle it so well because you're absolute rock stars. In the last 5 years, I've seen you go through a lot of life changes. You got both your kids married, you welcomed a grandson, you relocated to Mumbai, you relocated to Neyveli. And I witnessed you going through all these changes with so much grace, hope and passion. Both of you have set such a high bar in terms of both professional and personal front. Daddy has shown me how passion and hard work can help you reach incredible milestones in my career. And Nirmal keeps telling me that I'm this little glue that holds this family together. And Mummy, seeing how you make it seem so effortless, I think I understand what he means. And together, both of you have set such a great example on how to work tirelessly to achieve your dreams, how to maintain balance, how to prioritize family, how to respect each other, and how to raise wonderful sons like Nirmal and Praveen. Thank you so much, Mummy. Thank you so much, Daddy. Thank you both a ton. And congratulations on yet another milestone. And I hope you guys take some well-deserved time off to relax and rejuvenate before embarking on your next adventure. And congratulations again. Bye. Ipo.
Congratulations, Tata Patia. Have a happy retired life, Tata and Patia.
Thank you for the wonderful video giving us glimpses of our director's life and the support rendered by his beloved wife, and the legacy lives on. Now I kindly request our most respected and esteemed Director PNP, Shri Rajesh Pratap Singh Sisodia, for his felicitation address on this occasion.
Respected CMD sir, my colleague, functional directors, star of the attraction, and distinguished scientist, Director Power, Madam CMD, family members of the functional directors, Rajeshwari, members of the association, federation, and unions, whips, and my dear colleagues from NLCIL family. It is very difficult to start any facilitation after seeing these videos of your son, your daughter-in-law, and your grandson also. They have set the bar very high, and rather they have made the total environment highly emotional. So it's great, sir. One thing is sure, sir, after listening to all of them is that your family members are eagerly waiting for your retirement. There cannot be anything greater than this also. If I will start this felicitation with the word distinguished scientist, I will narrate few of the things which I have experienced with the Director Power also. I have the opportunity to work with him from the both sides, from my previous organizations when he was my customer, distinguished customer, and as a member of a board where his voice is very eagerly listened by all of them also. When he has first exchanged his visiting card with me, I am a core power sector person. It is written distinguished scientist. I do not know how much of you know, this tag is very rarely given in India. He is distinguished scientist. My second impression about him comes because we are in power sector, all kinds of hustle bustle goes on, project goes in a different pace, decision making is altogether different. I was little apprehensive because my previous experience or whatever my thinking was that people from that fraternities are not pragmatic about the execution of the large scale infra projects. But I am happy to share with you, all these notions has gone haywire when I have interacted with him also. I have observed two great things in him. When I was on the other side, we used to map the scenario, we used to anticipate what could be the scenario while talking to our customer or something like that. And in some difficult situations, what would be his response, then what we should anticipate that. I was surprised to gauge in one or two occasions, whatever we have anticipated, he have given a solution, very pragmatic, which we have not thought of. It shows before coming to the meeting, he is giving a deep dive, going deep into the solutions, what could be implemented of that also. Second, sir, you might have not observed, I have marked you a person who has a very strong nationalist feeling, very strong nationalist feeling. And sometimes, I'm sorry to say, sir, sometimes you relegate the commercial interest with nationalist feeling. Now just think about a scenario, a person in your company as a board member having a very strong nationalist feeling, and he has a vision where he will propel your company. With his vision, he was continuously working, and recently results have also come out. He has shown us the doors, what is the country need, where we should bring it. Some MOU has been signed with the BARC also. that can set the tone or a future direction for the nation also. So we will carry it forward. Second thing is that when we are talking about diversification, his continuous efforts has resulted in the MOU signing with NPCIL also. 1 month back, I was fearing it, कि once he will be superannuated from our organization, what would be the fate of that? Thanks for Director Power for his continuous support, along with CMD also, that he has converted this opportunity into a MOU, which will give a very good platform for diversification in future also. Sir, one thing is sure, you have left a footprint in this organization, which will be carried forward also. And we may be requiring your continuous guidance, support, and you may be rendering service to us also. To be on the lighter side, sir, we will not be, NLC will not be paying you, but we will getting everything maximum from you out of you also. My best wishes to you, sir, and madam also. Wish you a healthy, peaceful, and satisfying continuing life further also, and your family is eagerly waiting for you. Thanks everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful, distinguished, and dignified felicitations on this occasion. Now I kindly request our most respected and esteemed Director of Finance, Dr. Prasanna Kumar Acharya, for his felicitation address.
Respected CMD sir, Director Mines, Director HR, Director Power, and the hero of today's function, Director PNP, Madam CMD, and Madams of all functional directors, our executive directors, CGMs, GMs, and representatives from various unions, associations, and federations, and my fellow colleagues of NLCIL family. A very good evening to all of you. So today we have gathered here to bid farewell to our Director Power, Shri Venkatachalam sir. But rightly our Director PNB told that a scientist cannot be given farewell, because as you grow older, your knowledge also multiplies. So you will continue to give your contributions to the national interest, may not be directly for NLCIL, but for country or for India. So this knowledge, you should not stop here after retiring from NLCIL. Of course, NLCIL also will take, as Director PNP told, that may not be at cost, but definitely we will take your help to take the seeds what you have started here, particularly with respect to BARC and NPCIL. Definitely we will take this forward to the next level with only your help only, because your association with these two organizations has helped to at least to reach certain level. At least we have signed the MOU to take it forward. I will give 4 or 5 examples with my association with Director Power since my joining 2.5 years, almost 2.5 years ago. I have started with as a director in this company. Well, before that, Director Power was there already. So one is that definitely that any people, everybody has told that he only has taken all the pains to bring back that almost a closed project to a new light. Now 2 units already COD has achieved, and 3rd unit is likely to very soon. The second most important thing is that he again also brought back the Talabira thermal, which was almost at a dying stage because of land issue, and BHL also was trying to pull back from that project, and with all your endeavors, we could able to see the light of the day of that thermal project. The third one is that the settlement with BHL, which was going on since last 15 years, and with all your efforts and support and your, I can say, drive, we could able to close all these pending issues of BHL, which was there since Bursing Sir project, which was commissioned in 2015, NTPL also 2015, NNTPS here also. All these things you could bring to a conclusive solution. And thank you, sir, that I think otherwise you could not able to achieve in next another 10 years also that. The next thing is that signing of MOU with BRC BARC for this critical minerals or rare earth minerals, you can say. So that is only possible because of your knowledge and expertise in that area. Otherwise, for a general electrical engineer or something like that, it's very difficult to reach that level and finding a solution to how to make value or value added product from that rare earth elements. And if that comes to the light of the day, then definitely it's a blessings for the country, not for NLCIL. Definitely NLCIL name will be highlighted. But for a country like India also, we do not have that material, raw material available in the country, and we are largely depending upon the foreign sources. And the next important thing, that signing of MOU with NPCIL, definitely the future of India is nuclear power, and our country already has given a target of 100 gigawatt by 2047, and diversifying to nuclear also, your support and your guidance helped a lot, and definitely we will try to take it forward to the next level, and we will seek your support subsequently also while doing those activities. With this, I can say that I wish a very happy and healthy retirement life, but not exactly retirement. Definitely your new innings will give a new beginning to the country, to your knowledge, to wisdom. Definitely will help in a lot of different areas apart from this association with NLCIL in the future endeavors. And also I wish Madam very happy, and definitely sir will be available with you for more times compared to present. He is spending more time in office than at home, so that will help, definitely help. Thank you very much, sir, for your association with, particularly in this board level of NLCIL during last 3.5 years. You have given largely, and contributions is really, it's a milestone itself. You are the milestone, and that milestone cannot be replaced. After 7 decades, NLCIL board has got a distinguished scientist in its board, and it's very rare to any of the PSUs to get a distinguished scientist in their board. So I think it is very difficult to replace also in future. In many decades we may or may not get that. So thank you for your associations and contribution to NLCIL during last 3.5 years. I once again wish a very happy and healthy post-retirement life. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your considerate, memorable, and momentous felicitations on this occasion. Now, I kindly request our most respected and esteemed Director HR, Shri Samir Swarup, for his felicitations.
Most respected CMD, our honored guest, Venkatachalam ji, my functional director colleagues, Madam CMD, Chitra Madam, family member of Mr. Venkatachalam, Madams, my EDs, CGMs, senior officials, my partners in progress, members from the Thomusa, Anna Thomusa, GIA, EA, NGA, OA, my friends from SC/ST Federation, ST Federation, VIPs, ladies and gentlemen, Anai Varakkom, Malai Vanakam. I've been knowing Venkatachalam ji since April 2023, but I've used his name for selection, my selection as Director HR. I'll tell you how. Our interview was on the same day, sir. If you remember, maybe in October or November 2022. His was in the first half, mine was in the second half. So by the time my interview was there, I knew who has been selected as Director Power of NLCIL. So during the interview, they normally ask you, what are the 3 things which you plan to do if you are made a director? So one of the things I told, succession planning, because NLCIL could not get a director power from within itself. So I'll go there, maybe I'll do something so that next time the director power comes, maybe it will be from within the NLCIL. So sir, I use your name during my selection as Director HR, somehow. As a board member, as a board, we are very proud as a board, all 5 of us, 6 of us. It's a very close-knit unit, let me tell you that. And there are no differences, and it is because all are having similar characteristics, maybe. Venkatachalam ji everyone has told he's a distinguished scientist. Behind his back, we used to call him professor, sir. But he used to really, in all the functions, all the areas, he used to give his guidance, his thoughts. Even in HR also, lot of inputs I have taken from him. He has tried to help us in all the things. I think all the directorates, they take inputs from him, and except for mines, maybe 1% difference of opinion is there because of the metal pieces in the lignite, I think. Otherwise, I think everything is fine. There are a lot of things I would like to say about him. One thing which I feel it's come from within is that he, for his department, for his directorate, he has immense, he tries to take care of his people a great deal during promotions, interviews, or DPCs, or whenever any cases are there, he tried to protect his people or take them forward. And he has that ability to teach people new things, bring out the best in them. I think Neyvelians will also not forget him because he revived the Tamil Sangam. That was lying dormant for so long. I think mostly with his efforts, and maybe CJMHR or Arivu is there. They somehow brought it, and CMD agreed to it, and now it's flourishing like anything again. I think we'll remember you, sir, a lot, and maybe it's a natural thing for retirement is a very natural thing. After 2 years, 3 of us will again be here retiring, myself, Director Mines, Director PNP, on the same day. So all the very best to you, sir, madam, all the very best. And may God be with you, grant you great health, happiness with your family. And we are envying you today that you are getting your freedom, but we'll join you after 2 years, sir. So all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your fervent, fond, and full-hearted felicitations on this occasion. Now I kindly request our most respected and esteemed Director Mines, Dr. Suresh Chandra Suman, for his felicitation.
Respected CMD, colleague directors, Director HR, Director Finance, Director PNP, Madam CMD, Divya, my better half, Director HR Madam, Director PNP Madam, EDs, CGMs, GMs, friends from unions, associations, ladies, man of the day, Venkatachalam ji, Madam Venkatachalam, their daughter-in-law, good evening to everyone who are present here. When we talk about Venkatachalam ji, the one word which comes to our mind is power. Not because he is holding the responsibility of director power till tomorrow, but because he has brought lot of empowerment to this organization. You have heard about his achievements, and it has been recorded in our annual report or our social media, where he has brought the change in Ghatampur. He started the development work in Talavera Thermal. He dealt a strike in NTPL. He made or instrumental in signing the agreement with BARC or signing the agreement with NPCIL or many more. But his quality is his leadership, and leadership is not because of the position what he is holding, but because the legacy what he is living after leaving the position. Venkatachalam ji is having lot of attributes what I admire personally. I think I will not be talking about more on his achievements, but I will be talking some of the interaction what I had during last 3 years. One anecdote I will share. I was traveling with him in Delhi in the same car, and it's very common that if there is a red signal in a traffic, transgenders, they will come for begging, and usually we ignore. All of a sudden I found that he brought out one currency and handed over to the transgender. I got surprised. Then I just stirred him, and he said that they are the people who are most cursed in the society. So it shows his empathy towards the people who are underprivileged or are not at par in the society. Second is, as Director HR said and Director Finance said that he is a distinguished scientist, I was not aware. But seeing his attributes during the discussion, during the deliberation or during the board meeting, I usually used to call him as scientist. So his depth of knowledge is so high, so deep, that I usually used to admire him, and I used to take some learning, some lessons, and some knowledge and wisdom from him. So that is his second attribute. Third is, when I tried to get, actually some lateral recruitment was going on, and in PNP domain, some recruitment was meant for card. So I know the people who will be having the knowledge of doing the research work, they should be selected. And as I was in charge of Director PNP, so I supposed to be the chairman. But when HR has come to fix the date, I said that Director Power will be the right person to be the chairperson of that committee. So, and that I can, Venkatachalam ji can recall that he added that position, and I think he could have selected the guy. Beyond that, he is a very good orator also. You will be seeing his acceptance speech, then you will also appreciate. In one of the retirement function, he told many attributes about the people who are retiring. And I got surprised that the attributes, what he is identifying, he is a keen observer. So I jokingly said that I wish that I could have retired in your presence, so that I should know about myself what I am not knowing, means I am not knowing. Yes, sir, we worked together. We know that minds and power, these are two lungs of NLCIL, and one cannot breathe in absence of other. And we work in very harmonious manner. In last 3 years, many problems, hurdles have come, but we have solved amicably, and the people could not know, and the company progressed. You have also took a level higher as President of Institution of Engineers of Neyveli chapter, and I am trying to maintain that legacy. With all these words, I wish you very happy, prosperous, peaceful, and endless joy from 1st of June. You will be deeply missed, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your gracious, graceful, and gregarious felicitations. Now I kindly request our most respected and esteemed CMD, Shri Prasanna Kumar Motupalli, for his felicitation address.
गुड इवनिंग, सबको नमस्कार, अनैवरक्कुम वनक्कम. My better and best staff, Radhika Motupalli ji, my functional directors, their family members, executive directors, CGMs, senior officers, my NLCIL entire team members, my partners of progress, unions, associations and federations, and today's guest of honor, Venkatachalam ji, Madam Venkatachalam, and their family members. Before I start my felicitation, I have one confession. Actually, when I got selected as chairman and managing director of this company, I was inquiring about different verticals of the company. First, we were famous for our mining activity, but I got feedback that the mining activity, other than land issue, no other issue is there, and expect mining director is there, and he is going to be there in next 3-4 years. And similarly, in the renewables also same thing, same feedback I got. But in power, even at that point of time, 50% of lignite-based power generation was under shutdown. There was serious safety issues, major fatal accidents happened, the credibility and the reputation of the company was at stake. A number of problems were there. So I was praying God, practically, कि a good director power should be selected so that the transformation can happen. I think Lord Murugan heard my prayings and he has given me Venkatachalam ji as director power. I can really say that कि Venkatachalam ji is a great blessing for NLC India Limited. And one more point why I worried about power directorate was the Ghatampur. I heard that Ghatampur, almost 2 years, no work is going on. 15,000 crores already invested, and for last 2.5 years, no work is going on. And there are great number of issues for taking it forward. And seeing the importance, my joining was not in Neyveli, my joining was in Ghatampur. Honorable Secretary Cole, he wanted to visit Ghatampur, so on the day of joining, I was at Ghatampur. So Ghatampur was another challenge. So the main challenges at that point of time were the lignite availability in Neyveli, because of which only 50% units were running, and the other most important challenge was Ghatampur. So the way now both the things are translated into an excellent areas, the credit goes to Venkatachalam ji. First, let us discuss about Ghatampur. You all should know it, because at that point of time, when Secretary visited Ghatampur, he categorically expressed his view that this project can never come back, can never be able to generate. That was the situation. It was a very complex situation. And from that level, now we are on the verge of declaring commercial operation of the entire station, and both units which were already commissioned, they are performing exceedingly well. The credit goes to Venkatachalam ji and the entire team NLCIL. We started with close monitoring, and we initially started with the weekly review of Ghatampur. We used to sit and discuss in detail about Ghatampur almost 1.5 hours. But later on we found that monitoring and reviewing Ghatampur after 1 week, that is too late. Then I told him, let us review it on daily basis. When we started reviewing on daily basis, immediately the entire team started prompt actions, because every day evening they have to give answer to me and to Venkatachalam ji about the progress. So things started moving on, improving. And whether it is a Sunday, whether it is a holiday, whether it is a tour day, in every day, invariably, we both used to join for that meeting, wherever we are. And that is the main reason, and coupled with the committed efforts of the team got NUPPL and team NLCIL, finally we achieved this laurel. And Honorable Minister and Secretary Coal, Ministry of Coal, they know the complete turnaround of Ghatampur, because since the beginning they are involved in that process. They well appreciated the efforts of Venkatachalam ji, his contributions in bringing back the station to commercial operation. The second important achievement, what I say, is this, the second one, 50% units were under shutdown for want of lignite, and with the support from team NLCIL, we could solve the problem of lignite. We could divert the Prasanna river, and we could get around 650 hectares of land. With that, all units started operation. Then the major challenges for almost 5-6 years is TPS2 expansion. Wherever we go for interaction with investors, they used to highlight this. More than 5,000 crores was invested and returns is very, very less. When you are going to improve? What is the ways to improve this? But by that time, I think many things were done, many modifications were done, but with no use. So that was the point where we decided to focus on the modifications, some minor modifications and the major modifications. Actually, before coming here, I was Managing Director of Gujarat State Electricity Corporation, where we did many things for bringing back Bhavanagar lignite-based thermal power station to functioning. It was not at all operating. It was operating at a mere 7% PLF. Because of the same reasons, because of there were number of technical constraints. So sorting out all those things, we could bring to 20-25%, not beyond that. So with all those experiences and support from the entire team, we decided to go ahead with the modification. And we communicated to these two investors also. And they have been every time asking about the outcome of that. I am very happy to communicate you that under leadership of Venkatachalam ji, this major task of modification TPS2 expansion was taken up and successfully completed, although it a little bit delayed. But the result is that never in the history of CFBC boiler of 250 megawatt, 90% availability is achieved. This is the first time in the country 90% availability factor of unit number 1 of TPS 2 expansion happened. That credit goes to Venkatachalam ji and his entire thermal team. Not only that, after that, it generated almost thrice what we generated last financial year. Against 330 million units, now this year generated more than 1 billion unit. It is not an easy task, and we are not sure about the outcome of the modification, because several people have done several modifications in the CFBC boiler, but finally they ended up with a minor improvement only. But we wanted a drastic improvement from 20% availability to 90% availability. So planning this at every stage, planning the contracts, planning the material, following up with the BHEL on regular basis, and finally completing the entire activity without any accident or incident, that is really commendable. He being from nuclear fraternity, where utmost importance is being given to safety, that matches with my priority also. Always my priority is safety, particularly in the context of Power Directorate. There were a number of incidents that happened that spoiled the image of the organization, which we took almost 4 or 5 years to again build up. So we know the importance of safety, and matching with my thinking, he also gives utmost priority to safety. That's why I was telling, he is a blessing to NLCIL. He not only ensured that units are operated in a safe manner, he built competency among the workforce, even contract labor also, with fire competency, fire prevention competency, and took interest in training more than 6,000 contract labor with the fire training. That is really a great achievement. And even in Talabira thermal also, when BHEL is on the verge of backtracking, which is going to be a major black spot on the image of NLC, because this project was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister. So going back in execution of the project, that is a black spot on the NLC's image. With that, thinking its implications, all efforts were put to bring back the unit. That is really commendable. The work is now going on in an excellent manner, and the first unit is about to be commissioned in 2031. The third important achievement, what I feel, is the MOU with Baba Atomic Research regarding rare earth elements. You may not be knowing the importance of this, because you are not involved in that rare earth element business. As on date, our country is having very few reserves of rare earths. It is dominated by different countries. We are importing all these rare earth elements at huge cost. And not only cost, whenever some hostile environment is created, they are stopping the exports to India. So, for many developmental activities, we are depending on the other countries. And 10 years back, there was one study conducted by BARC across the country, when there was some hostile global environment, to find out source for uranium. For example, if everybody stop exporting uranium to India, then how our nuclear plants will run? Thinking about that, they conducted different tests, and they conducted studies here also, where they tested our fly ash sample. And they found that there was no uranium. So that result, that report was filed almost 10-15 years back. I think 15 years back, 2012. So after 2012, nobody has seen that report. Maybe at that point of time, that was not that important for anyone. So we have taken out that report where, with his knowledge about nuclear field and rare earth elements, we found that report very encouraging, and Venkatachalam ji has taken that initiative to take it to BARC, because that is his parent organization. I think he is 31st batch BARC scientist training. So he is having close association with a number of scientists there. So almost for 1 year, all the tests were conducted. And finally, we found that huge quantities of rare earth elements are available in our lignite ash. And they are very costly rare earth elements. Cost is one factor, but they are not at all available in our country. For example, we can discuss about one element, lutetium. This rare earth element is not at all available in any part of the country. We are importing this material, and this is the only treatment available for liver cancer. Even in the 4th stage of liver cancer, an injection containing lutetium, the person will come back to normalcy. This is the power of that rare earth element. And each gram cost, I think, more than 2-3 lakhs. That lutetium is also available in the rare earth elements of Neyveli lignite fly ash. So now that is taken forward. Finally, we signed an MOU with the BARC, and Honorable Minister was so much excited after hearing this news. Although we were knowing 1 year back, we thought that unless BARC confirms, we should not tell. We highlighted this to Honorable Minister. He was so excited that the entire project, he explained, he discussed it in the cabinet meeting to Honorable Prime Minister. And he was so much happy and encouraging that this pilot project should be completed at the earliest, so that we establish full-fledged plant and produce the rare earth element. If you see, starting from a mere report that is lying in the file and to the level of pilot project, taking this forward, overcoming many constraints and hurdles. Generally, you know, BARC, NPCL, they are very conservative. They don't share any information with anyone, mainly because of the security reasons. So, convincing everyone and finally signing an MOU with them for setting up a pilot project, really a commendable job. So, the entire period of almost 3 years in NLC is really a transformative type of activity, and he is taking that lead as a transformative leader. I thank Venkatachalam ji and the entire Power Directorate for their committed, dedicated efforts in bringing the organization to this stage. And last financial year, all top three lignite-based power stations in the country are of Neyveli only. So these are the achievements in official front. And I don't remember even one incident where we both argued. In entire 3 years period, there was no argument at all. There are discussions. Many times there were difference of opinions, there were discussions, but finally we conclude with a common perspective in the interest of organization. So these were the official achievements, but after hearing from Venkatachalamji's family members, I should say that he is not only hero in the official front, he is hero in the personal front also. The way their family members expressed about his characteristics, qualities, really evident during his entire official journey. Once again, thanking Venkatachalamji for his outstanding contribution to NLC India Limited, and the contribution and the whatever he contributed, the real farewell or felicitation to him is that taking forward these initiatives in an effective manner, so that our whatever projects are there, Ghatampur, Talabira, they come in time, and whatever pilot project we started, that pilot project also starts production at the earliest and scaled up at the earliest. Venkatachalamji, on behalf of entire NLC India Limited, I thank you for your contributions, and I thank Madam Venkatachalamji for supporting him and facilitating him to work for the company with so much dedication and commitment. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your hearty, heartfelt and heartwarming felicitations honoring our Director Power. At this juncture, to share a few words about his journey, memorable moments, thoughts, and for the acceptance of the honor bestowed, I kindly invite Shri M. Venkatachalam, Director Power, for sharing his experience and acceptance speech.
அனைவருக்கும் எனதினிய மாலை வணக்கங்கள். Respected CMD sir, Madam CMD, Dr. Suman, Madam Suman ji, my beloved Director HR, Madam Director HR, Acharya ji, Sisodia ji and Madam Sisodia, my better half, my daughter, Executive Directors Murthy Garu, Parashar ji, TP Singh, Ponnu Pandian, Madhi ji, Subbarao, where is Pankaj? He was sitting there. CGMs, GMs, the partners in progress, unions, associations and federations, PIPs, and all others who are present here. Once again, a warm good evening wishes to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming in such large number for this function to greet us, to bless us, to wish us. And also thank you so much for the wonderful arrangement who all have involved in this for making this program in such a grand manner. And beyond all, thank you so much for showering such a wonderful words on us by everyone, starting from CMD and then functional directors and then unions, associations and all others. Really, I'm excited. I'm buoyant. We are all overwhelmed, including my family members, I'm just adding. So probably because of that, if I miss something, kindly bear with me, because it is a little emotional day, and still I will try my best to just convey my thanks and other things. what all you have told so far, so much of achievements on NUPPL, this, that, and all those things, please take it from me. This is all only because of you, and then if at all I have done something, it is only because of you all. Let me tell this very emphatically, it is not just simple words. After doing a thorough introspection, I am telling, probably I would have added some values, I would have been part of it, I would have integrated some activities, or I would have been instrumental in organizing something, that's it. But the entire thing is done by the people, and I am really thankful for all those. The reason being, I am just imagining a day, some 3 years before, on 26th April, as our director HR has rightly remembered and then highlighted here. I was just walking through this long corridor of our corporate office. A beautiful corridor, the corridor where legends have walked, or legends are living even now. There's such a beautiful corridor with lot of pleasantries, exchange of greetings, wishes, smiling faces, subsequently some flowers, bouquets, and then dry fruits, whatnot. With all these things, when I was coming, I was totally filled with joy and then pleasantries and then happiness. Really, we were at some high level, excited level. But at the same time, there were some fuzzled questions, troubling some issues. The reason being, at the moment when I got selected for I was about to get selected rather, when my interview dates were announced for Director Power selection, I was just discussing with some people, because that already we were in NPCL, Department of Atomic Energy, holding some positions, whatever that it has been told, and then my experience is only on nuclear, and then 35 years, and then of course, though we know about the plants and other things, beyond that, with respect to the thermal, honestly, I have not worked even a single day in a thermal, and then except that the turbine and then common service systems are common, other than that, I don't have any idea or then experience or whatever you call it as. So keeping that all in mind, and then I have my own group of people, very close friends. I just ask some of them, maybe handful of people, that very core members, and then they can give any advice to me. Some of the people, their response was very positive. Yes, go ahead, you can do something like that. Anyway, they have so much of confidence on me, you can do it, what is there, and then you can definitely do that. And then if there is any advantage with respect to the proximity to your hometown, please go ahead. That is fine. Some of the people have some evasive reply. They are telling yes or no, I was not able to make out. And some too critical people, very important persons. This feedback was very important to me, because they are so close to me, and then of course I don't want to name them, or I don't want to tell their position. They held up very high positions in Department of Atomic Energy. They were my best friends. And one person immediately has reacted, "Pagal ho gaya kya?" Means, have you become mad? What is wrong with you? What is not there in your position? Have you become mad? This is what exactly he has asked. I am not exaggerating. The other person is, something he has put it in a polished way. There is a limit for experimentation. Of course, that experiment word we often use in an R&D department. He said there is a limit for experimentation. Though I was just excited with so many other things, I am coming to a Navaratna company, I am going to learn something new, and then I am going to be in my hometown or my home state with all other little other advantages, and then because almost the entire cycle of nuclear I have seen that, starting from the operation of the station or commissioning or construction or life extension plan or retubing you call it as, or the fuel handling, anything, the project management, and then additional courses along with the 35 years you can imagine. And then even I have seen that corporate functions also actually, because that I was heading additional charges, corporate communication and then training, and of course at public awareness committee chairman. So just a change and then something to learn, and then that is what it has happened. So this was also at the back of my mind, and then you all know that when you don't think about monkey, then it will keep coming, and then this was coming to my mind, and then though all these pleasantries were there, and then this was coming in my mind, whether should I need to do anything more so as to pull on or manage or whatever it is. This is what is the mind or frame of mind with which I have just entered, and then that is also true subsequently, that I'll have to, within a week or so, I'll have to completely understand with the flow sheet, what is that CHP, what is that AHP, what is this, that, and all those things. Fine, these are all the things, fine. Now, having come into this organization, such a beautiful organization, and I have spent about 1,131 days, including the day what I am there today. I worked here for 1,131 days. At the time I am going to walk out tomorrow, maybe that tomorrow I am planning to go to the office, and then maybe some time after handing it over I am planning to do that. So I really have done some introspection. Honestly, I am telling that it's not that nothing to exaggerate, nothing to tell something different. What has come to my mind, I am just telling you. Honestly, I have done some introspection that what I have done, whether I have done something, whether I have done wasted my time or I have experimented. My conclusion part I will tell at the end, but during this process of this introspection, intervening period, what has happened, I thought that it is appropriate to share with you all what has come to my mind or what is coming to my mind at this moment. That is what I thought it is most appropriate, because there is no experience sharing. These are all, we all work together, and then most of you know what I have done and then what I am doing. So I thought that what is coming to my mind when I am just analyzing myself on these 1,131 days, probably including the today, I said that another day, tomorrow I may work. So first and foremost, thermal domain, lot have been told, but my view and other things, what this thermal domain has achieved as a domain, what I have seen, what I am seeing is that what we all have achieved in these last 3 years, including all of you, that it is little lesser than what is your potential. The legacy set by this thermal domain is so high that starting from 1961, no company is having the procedure, but NLCIL is having a procedure. The legacy, it is not that it is just in the procedure alone, and then some of the standards and then marigold practices, what you have chosen, that is all available in this organization. It is nothing new that we have created something. It is all available, only thing just we have revived. We have gone through, and you see that some of the old videos or the books, what is available, you will understand the depth of knowledge which is available here. So, keeping that in mind, I was very confident, only thing that what is already existing, we'll have to bring it, and then we'll have to just revive, or we'll have to just tell that people to revisit. That is the only job. That is what I have just triggered or something I have done. And probably that you all have done that, made the transformation. If at all something has happened. That is why in the last year, 33,000 plus million units we could generate, and in the last 3 years, it is something like some 95,639 million units. That is the highest for any 3 years. So just I am running through different units. What is that, what you all have done rather. The TPS 1, we have set some procedures and other things, decommissioning, the challenges we all know that, but at the end of the day, you all have seen that it keeps moving and you are able to sell this plant, and then we have aptly learned that building the plant is easier than selling the plant. That is what we have learned, and it is going on. The challenges and then way you all have handled it, I am really very happy the way it is done. TPS 2, it has been well explained by all my earlier speakers, and then some challenges because the old unit, it is a workhorse, but we have really come out of it. I am really happy to say that any time this plant will overtake your NNTPS or TPS 1 expansion, other units, please be careful. So that is the standards you all have set. NNTPS and TPS 1 expansion, these are all the rising units, and then they have done really well, as our CMD has rightly expressed. And they are all the units which was done with or which was made with very high standards. So these units will do really well. TPS 2 expansion, already a lot have been discussed. I am not going into the detail. But only one thing I would like to highlight. There are two important things I would like to say, that maybe that all the people in the TPS 2 expansion, they was responsible for doing this modification. I really admire the way it has been done by the unit heads and then our present ED and all those people. But two important things which have been missed out here in the entire discussion, I thought it is appropriate to bring. The first one is, honestly I am admitting that what is the modification we have done, it is not that something new we have created. This modification, what we have done, is already recommended some 3 years before. It is difficult to digest. 3 years before, very clearly, this is the modification which is required to be done, has been recommended. Only thing is that it was not validated. What we have done is that only validation. We have interacted with BHL people, we have interacted with our own experts, we have interacted with the lenses, and with all these things. And another important element, that is the most important thing, when I have taken to our CMD, we have discussed for about some 20-25 minutes, and he asked me to make a presentation. The presentation lasted only some 15 to 20 minutes. Whether you believe it or not, while coming out itself, he has told that he didn't even go into the file, or before that he has told me, while coming out from his room, he has told that, go ahead, we'll see. This is the confidence, or this is the faith which he has reposed on us. When such a faith is there, why we cannot deliver? And I will tell you that BHL, when we have initiated this discussion, 2 days we were there, continuously discussions were going on. Those people are so much delighted, so much excited to do this. So that is the level of involvement of each and everyone. So it is a combined team effort with a strong support from our CMD and execution by the people. So that is how the things have happened. So my compliments to entire team which has done this FHG modification. Only my request is, do this at the earliest in Unit 2, so that yes, we can really declare that TPS2 expansion will challenge all the lignite units. Why lignite units? Even the coal units in the country. And this unit is capable of doing it actually. This unit is having such a potential. And it is not only the thermal units we are talking about. And if you see that a small engineering group, a PSC, I really admired several occasions by looking at them. Really I am telling that the potential available in this small unit, you give the feasibility report of any unit, they will be able to go through. They will be able to make it. Commercial aspect you said discuss, they will be able to calculate. Engineering aspects, yes, they can do that. Design, yes, they can do. Drawing verification, they can do. Commercial, yes. Contracts, yes. And they can make the presentation. Such a small unit is capable of doing that much. My worry is that the energy and that knowledge or the skill should not be lost. Before that is there, my humble request is that we have initiated some actions to preserve this knowledge, let us do that. And I am telling you that not only in FPHE and in Talabira, in several areas, every area when I discussed, there is a strong reply or the very agreement from them. Only with that we have gone ahead and everything is proven to be right. It is like that I can talk about OSMG, I can talk about that PPMG, I can talk about our training center. Training center is one of the oldest or the first training center of South India. And still we are maintaining that certification. And it has produced some legends from this training center. That is the level of legacy we have here in our units. And like that several things, our secretariat I can tell, the contribution by them. So similarly, not only the people those are here and then the people those are all there in this thermal domain, they have built this legacy. Only thing that we'll have to see that the entire potential is realized. That is my humble request. It doesn't stop only with the thermal stations or the units which are available here. It goes beyond. The project, as it has been rightly brought out by all my earlier speakers, including that specifically CMD, that NUPPL, what we have done, how it has come. The challenges were many. There have been some technological challenges, contractual challenges, and there are some manpower challenges, there are some material challenges. All these things could be obviated by several innovative solutions. And here, all the people of NUPPL and others we have brought out, and then some people who have not been highlighted, it is my duty to bring it here. I'll have to strongly tell at this point that the contributions of our contracts, finance, and then legal department. Certainly that I am telling that all the tough decisions what we have taken at NUPPL, they are all the people behind. 100 meetings I would have conducted in my room on NUPPL and other things. Even when the unit is some contractor is going to NCLT, how to operate it. This has come from our legal and only we have implemented. And there are several things I can tell that interrelated. Some occasions when I have come to my director minds and then I asked him some one person or something, he looked at me. How many persons you want, when they have to go? That is the support I got. And that is the support available everywhere. Then why NUPPL will not come? And so much of support is there from all directorates, and then when there is a dedicated team, why the unit will not come back? Only thing is that earlier, this conviction was not there. Often our CMD used to tell that you don't know your potential. Really, I am telling you that real potential of NLCIL is not yet realized. I am damn sure. Because these 10-year contracts, whatever that our Director Finance has told, would just been pending for such a long time, and then We have closed it. And very first meeting when I have conducted, everybody has told that, sir, it is not possible because what is written in the file, if you read it, then you will understand like that. They have shown me some writings. But after going through, yes, everybody has said. Then next meeting I called, okay, all these things are there over and above that, what to do. The solution has come from only these people. The solution has come only from the members. Only thing we have to integrate it. So that is what I am telling, that it goes beyond limits actually, the potential available here. So thank you very much for that thermal domain and all related people. And then when I am talking about legal, I have to tell one more important thing also, which always gives me so much of happiness and then satisfaction. When I have taken over, there were 53 cases. 53 cases were there in the thermal domain, and people are going to the court and then coming every week. And now within a year, we could close and then clear all those 53 cases, all the people are relieved. So that is because of the strong support from the legal and then our finance and our CMD. Several things I can tell, these contractors that we have talked about, that contract training, and I have seen the tears were coming out from their eyes when I have seen them. How is your training? That's I just asked him in Tamil, how is your training? How you are all feeling it? Some people wept actually, the first time we have been given this opportunity. Why it should be like that? Please think. And also that when small upgradation of the facilities were given to the contractors, and then I have seen their excitement. So these are all the very happy moments, and then I can keep telling that several things are there like this. Similarly, the Talabira project we have been discussing, and then our confidence level because of what CMD has given me is such that even without a 25% of the land in hand, we have issued LOA. That is the confidence our CMD has given to all of us. Not only CMD, the entire board, when we have presented, not even a single director objected to me at that time, and then everyone has told me that what support is needed, what else can be done. The crux is that by giving that LOA, we have added this project very cleverly into that Prakati portal, because it was inaugurated by Prime Minister. Subsequently, the support required for us was just falling, and then people were afraid even when there is a delay. This is one of the tactical move I can say that, and then probably I'll have to really honor and then respect and then give the complete, the compliments to CMD in supporting this way of moving. So I can keep telling all these things. There are several things, that FPHE modification, whatever we have discussed. I know that this Punnu Pandiyan or Karunanidhi, the team, how that round the clock they were all standing there. And when small incident has happened, how they have rushed, and then 2 o'clock they have called me and then they have told me. And these are all the things, definitely that will keep coming into my mind, and then things have not happened just like that. It is because of the hard work and dedication of the people. So my compliments to the entire thermal domain. Probably I would have missed out some people. Whatever that NTPL has done, if I start talking, it is a revival of NTPL or BTPS. There are days are not enough. Because that completely they have transformed in NTPL. Let it be the performance, let it be the coal availability, let it be the CSR, let it be the management, let it be the contract revival. All these areas they have done. BTPS, they are the toppers. The small cheetahs we call it as actually. They are the toppers. All these things they have done. So my compliments, and then gratitude to the entire thermal domain for all your support, dedication, and the work what you have done. So this is the first message. Now let me just look at my very close friend, Dr. Suman ji. So he has told something, he has praised something, and he said that he just very closely he has completed saying that we have a very cordial relation, and with that he ended. But it doesn't stop just like that. He is the man I admire for several things. I am telling you that. One or two I can tell. The respect what he gives to the last person in his list, it will make you to feel that you have missed something in your life. I have seen with my eyes when we were sitting in his room, and when he has called the person, I don't want to name, the respect what he has given is almost equal to the respect what he has given to the director power. That is how he has called, that is how he treated. I have immediately learned something. We were all thinking that we are giving a due respect to the people, but the way he gives the respect to the people is something different. Of course, I am very happy that at NLCIL, the respect given to the people are something very high, but the Sumanji standard is something different. And then I emulated something from him that day. And not only that, one more incident I can tell, which really made me to feel that yes, how supportive this person is, how positive he is. Several things are there to tell. In a board, when this same Talabira, when these land-related discussions were there, and then when hard discussions were there, one of the directors, I don't want to name, when almost it was being turned down, he spoke based on his expertise on the land acquiring. And he has explained that if this is not done, what director power will do? That is what is the word he has used. If this support, if this is not cleared, what director power will do? That is the extent to which he came forward. So thank you so much, Sumanji, for all your support. And then there have been several occasions, whatever he has told, that our people are thinking that when there is some lignite issue or something, they are calling me immediately, something is getting solved. The truth is because my close relation with Sumanji. Whatever be the time, when I send a message, I will get a reply. Definitely I will get a reply. You will talk to the people. Sometimes I got a reply even in 11:30 or 11:45. I'm telling you, this is what has happened. When our Sindhil, NNTPS, used to send lot of photographs and other things. At some stage where it is required the intervention of the director minds, and then without any hesitation I used to take it, and then always he has taken it positively. And then he communicated and then he sent it back. And not only that, one more thing, I'm feeling blessed actually. All the unit sets of minds, I'll be able to call them and then sit in my room and then discuss the way I'm discussing with my thermal domain. This has happened on several occasions. You can ask any of my thermal heads. When they say some problem, you will call that minds head also and minds ED also. All the people will be sitting. After some time, I will not be able to distinguish between who is directly with me, who is not with me. That is the level of discussion we have. And all these things are encouraged by director minds. And some occasions he has called our people. This is how it is functioning. And then I love to really compliment your entire team for the support what they have extended. Now let me just move on to our Director of Finance, a humble person. I think his financial acumen is very well known. And his knowledge, I have seen that it is not just on financials. It is on the Company Act, it is on SEBI LODR, it is on corporate governance, it is on commercial. To some extent now he has intervened or entering into power also now. Power also technical aspects and something on the mines. So several areas I can keep telling that he is a person, whatever to be an excellent financial person to be, what are all the support things required, he is an expert in acquiring it. And he is having a versatile knowledge because of his experience in different organizations. And only one thing I would like to tell, that's it, I will just move on to the next. We had one ferry travel, and before that, that is the only travel we had together. And before that, I asked him some doubts or questions about the lignite transfer price. That is what I wanted to know from him, because it used to indicate something, but my understanding it differs something. So I wanted to learn completely from him. Then we discussed, he said at suitable time we'll see, like that. We concluded because we were busy. That day we had a ferry travel for about some 2 hours. And that entire 2 hours, you have utilized it for transferring the knowledge on the lignite transfer price, something on commercial, something on what all the things can be done to bring down the overall cost of the lignite as well as the benefit for the company. And the entire thing, yes, he has discussed. And you will not believe that that paper what he has used, just one paper he has used is for scribbling it. I have just preserved it. Afterwards, I have transferred it to my permanent notes. That notes was running for some 7 or 8 pages. Honestly, you believe me. That is what is the standard, what you have said. And not only Director of Finance and his entire team is very close to me, especially that CFO of NU people, I am really indebted to that person, because sometimes he'll be listening, sometimes he'll be teaching, sometimes he'll be indicating, sometimes he'll be doing something more. That is what is character. That is what I have seen. And then specifically, I would like to mention the CFO of NUPPL, and now presently he has become ED. Not only that, you take Dhanapal or any GM or CGMs or even DGMs, I used to call several occasions, especially with respect to the NUPPL, or some occasions with respect to the contract or Talabira or some of the colony constructions. All these things I have taken some input from them. Thank you so much to Acharya ji and his entire team for such a support what they have rendered to, not only to me, to the Power Directorate. And of course, Sisodia Saab is something different. The reason being, as he rightly said, that we have been knowing each other even before he is joining here. That is the reason. And I do not know, we used to discuss a lot. Talabira projects, we are all thinking that when the negotiations were going on across the table, we were sitting across the table, and he is one person who is equally responsible for this project to come like this from the BHL side. I don't have any hesitation in recording it today. And after the discussions, the way that we used to discuss and then work out some solutions, which is mutually agreeable to both the sides, that is really marvelous. Thank you, Sisodia Saab, and then there are several things actually to talk about it in this arena, because being a contract areas, I don't want to go into the detail. And other thing is that only one humble submission is there. Whenever I am interacting with this man, often it comes to my mind that certainly we'll have to do that. Probably he is one of the best person known to me on the contract management, on the contracts. And it is the right time that we'll have to revise or revisit our contract procedures completely when he is there under his leadership. I am telling you that will be a great help to NLCIL. So certainly that it is my humble request that you will have to take it up. So it is not only that again Sisodia Saab and then the Talabira contract awarding. We know that there have been days, night we have discussed around some 1:30, 2 o'clock. This contract closure of the BHEL, when we have signed, it is 3 o'clock or 3:15 or something like that in the early morning. So that is the level of freedom, or what is that? I have been enjoying that freedom with the contract department. And just like that I used to call, because they are all sitting opposite to my room, and then several things have happened during this time. And then all the inputs what they have given has been so worthy for us to carry on the business. Okay. Thank you so much for the entire team of contracts for giving us so much of support, and then that sees several projects and several happenings. No, I do not know whom all I have covered and then whom all I have left. Probably some people which I love to touch is that maybe the computer division, or some people from the TA, the comfort which you have given in township and that hospital. And beyond that, I don't know, I am not getting it. So whomsoever has supported us, not only to me for the thermal domain in this entire 3 years, my gratitude to each and every one. So that is what I thought that it is appropriate to start with. Maybe beyond this, nothing more to add that experience, but as many people have been talking to me about that retirement and other things, I thought on the lighter side, let me just revisit for a few minutes and then conclude my speech. This word retirement I have been listening for quite some time, couple of months. So starting from somewhere in March or April onwards, I started listening. Of course, it is purely my view or my personal view, and then you may differ or you may argue. Whatever is there, it is fine. You are free to do that. What is this retirement? Somehow this word, by hearing it, it is a little aversion to me. I don't know why that is. When I hear that word, that is some word, it is untouchable or something should not be heard. That is what is coming to my mind. And then I just thought that is it something I have not accepted? What is the fact or what is it? So I have just gone through what is the definition of this retirement. So this for interesting, very interesting. I thought that I will have to share with you, because as I said, I did the introspection. Whatever comes to my mind, please allow me to speak, because further I may not get this opportunity. There are several definitions. Legally, let me start actually. A person who cannot do active work is called the retirement. It is not that who is doing or not, it is not given. The person who cannot do the active work. I am surprised, is it like that? I am not convinced. This definition doesn't match me, doesn't fit me. Then I have just checked the other definition. There is a psychological definition on retirement that says that the person who is not able to think is called retired. If you are not able to think anything, that is very dangerous thinking, even dangerous proposition. So I have not further proceeded or analyzed. Then I thought, okay, let me do something different. Financially, let us see that what is it. Financially, the definition says, retirement says that a person who is not able to earn, who lives on others' income or who lives on savings, is called a retired person. So this also little irritates or disturbs. So I am not in a position to agree. As I am little related to spiritual things, you are all knowing that because of this township, the comfort what it had given relating to that Nadaraja temple, you all know that. I thought that let me see spiritually what is the meaning of this retirement. Saiva, there is a definition. Retirement, there is a definition in the Saiva Siddhant. There are 3 definitions or 3 stages of retirement. The first stage of retirement is that you are totally away from the external world. If you start thinking only about internal, your first stage of retirement has come. Impossible to do that. I am a very common man like you all, so I cannot do that. Second stage of retirement, what is it? I was so eager, I was not able to get it. I just took the help of some people and then I tried to understand. What is the second stage of retirement? If you are not able to recite the name of God, if you are not able to do the service to the God, it is said that you are retired. So I can do that now. So that is not acceptable. The third stage is very clear, you are going away from this world, you are retiring from this world. So this is also doesn't match, and then I have resorted to Ikigai long before. When I have gone through, there is somewhere some definition is given on this retirement. Ikigai, most of you would have gone through that book. The related whatever references are there, there is some definition on retirement. On a personal front, it says one who is having the complete control over his time, and then if he plans 100% everything, then that person can be called as a retired person. He is able to plan all his will, his time, entire time he is able to plan, and only for his usage. When I was thinking about this itself, my wife was telling that, anyway, after this June first week, you'll have to water the plants. So please go out and then see that how the watering is happening, how these people are doing it. Morning 1 hour, evening 1 hour, you'll have to do. So she was telling that day. Then I thought, already 2 hours of my time is gone, and then somebody else is planning, and it is going to go all the more bad, and then the total control is somewhere else. So I cannot say that I am having a complete control over my time. By thinking all these things, finally I thought that retirement is something which we are not able to do or which we are not able to do. It is a misnomer in my opinion. It is my humble submission. I am not telling that. I am not pointing out. It is a misnomer. So probably it is a next phase or the superannuated life, whatever is there. That is the appropriate word. I thought that, okay, definitely I will be taking it. So telling that, the whole idea is that I will be little active. I will be in touch with the subject. I will be in touch with some of the industry within the domain what our direct HR is permitting, that within the rules and frames, because we don't deviate or violate any rules, sir. So anybody who feels that to be contacted, if you want to get disturbed, you are free to do that at any time. And then sufficiently I will be having time, because I will be jobless from Monday onwards. I will be having lot of time to bore you all. So you are all free to do that. That is first thing I would like to tell. Then coming back to my whatever that I have told earlier, that I walked that corridor and I am just going to walk back tomorrow. So finally I just thought that what I have done all along, not by just listening here alone, I very sincerely analyzed what I have done all along. That I have been a successful person, a reasonably successful person, or I am an experimented head, experimented something, probably some success I got, or I am a mad fellow, taken a wrong decision. So these three I have just given some weightage, and I have analyzed myself, but the conclusion is reserved to me, and then it is only for my purpose. I am leaving it to you all. You can analyze, maybe you can think about me, you can conclude. Probably when you are meeting me, you can tell me what is your conclusion, that I belong to first category or second or third without any hesitation. So with this, it is time to say, we never say goodbye, we say see you. A little emotional moment. Probably the 35 years what I have spent in that another organization, honestly I am telling that the 3 years what I have done here, I have learned, I have earned lot of hearts. Honestly I am telling that within the 3 years period, now I can tell that I can recognize thousands of people now. Probably that is one of the success factor what I have considered. It is because of the official requirement and because of some of the requirements at the spiritually, some of the requirements at IE, and some of the other requirements. Whatever it is, our presence here made us to earn so many people, thousands of people. So with all these things, with all this flooded joy, tomorrow I'll be just walking back after removing my badge of director power, after handing over my mantle to the next person, with a lot of happiness, carrying all of you. I may go out of Neyveli, as it has been told by one of the earlier directors, but Neyveli will never go out of me. I emphatically put on behalf of everyone here that it will never go out of me. And if there is any requirement to take it forward for the progress of Neyveli, probably if you ask me, I will be the first person to stand here to not just help, to take it forward. With this assurance, once again, my heartiest thanks to each and every one of you. My gratitude to everyone. My gratitude to my sons and then daughters, my grandsons. I never use many thanks to my wife because she is part of me. Whatever I am telling or I am doing, she is part of me. There is no point in telling thanks to me. So that is why I never say thanks to my wife on many occasions. So today also I am not going to tell thanks. With this, wish that NLCIL to reach much higher heights. Rather than segregating the plant in Navaratna, Maharatna, what I wish is that this should be the #1 company on sustainability, on resilience, on the profit making, and on the employee satisfaction. So that is what is my wish, and I wish everyone a great career and a good time ahead. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. In the words of Thiruvalluvar, பெருமையுடையவர் ஆற்றுவார் ஆற்றின் அருமை உடைய செயல். That is, a man possessing greatness possesses the power to perform uncommon deeds. And we thank our esteemed Director Power, Shri Venkatachalam, for his uncommon deeds, determination, and dedication to NLC India Limited. Let us all give him a resounding applause for the honor and for the commitment he has given us. In the words of William Shakespeare, I can no other answer make but thanks and ever thanks. And now, to propose the vote of thanks, I kindly request Dr. Shulagna Sarkar, ACM HR, LNDC, to do the honors, please.
A very good evening to our Honorable CMD Sir, Functional Director Sirs, spouse of CMD and Functional Director, Madams. Today's guest, Shri Venkatachalam ji, Director Power NLCIL, and Madam Chitra Venkatachalam ji, Senior Executives, Unit Heads, Invitees, Family Members, Unions, Welfare Associations, Federations, Whips, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we have gathered not merely to share about the career of a distinguished professional, but to celebrate an extraordinary journey of leadership, dedication, and services rendered by respected Shri M. Venkatachalam ji, Director Power NLCIL, whose contributions have significantly shaped the growth and success of NLC India Limited. As we come to the close of this today's memorable and heartwarming event, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks. At the outset, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to our esteemed Director Power Sir. Your visionary leadership, unwavering commitment to operational excellence, and relentless pursuit of organization goals have left an enduring impact on NLCIL. Your guidance has strengthened our power generation capabilities, inspired countless employees, and contributed immensely to the organization's growth trajectory. While your official tenure may conclude today, the legacy you leave behind will continue to inspire generations of NLCIL employees. I extend my sincere thanks to CMD NLCIL for gracing this occasion and for sharing valuable reflections and heartfelt wishes. Your presence has added great significance to this celebration, sir. My heartfelt thanks are also to all our functional directors, whose presence today demonstrates the spirit of camaraderie and mutual respect that characterizes NLCIL's leadership team. I would also like to acknowledge and thank our executive directors, chief general managers, unit heads, and senior officers for various units and offices who have joined us today to celebrate this important milestone. A very special word of appreciation also goes to the colleagues and team members who have worked very closely with the Director Power Sir over the years. The success of the leader is strengthened by collective efforts of dedicated teams. No professional journey can complete without the unwavering support of family. I extend heartfelt gratitude to the family members of Director Power. Today we celebrate not only Sir's achievements, but also the family that stood beside him through every challenge and accomplishment. I would also like to thank all the dignitaries, guests, well-wishers, retired colleagues and friends who have taken out time from their busy schedules to be a part of this special occasion and making it truly memorable. I thank all the departments and concerned officials of NLCIL who have worked together to make this evening a pleasant one. A great leader's influence is not measured by the years served, but by the lives touched. As we bid farewell to our esteemed Director Power, we do so with immense respect, gratitude, and admiration. Retirement marks not an end, but the beginning of a new and exciting chapter. We wish you good health, happiness, fulfillment, and many more opportunities to continue inspiring those around you. Sir, thank you for your remarkable service, leadership, wisdom, and enduring contribution to NLC India Limited. On behalf of the entire NLCIL family, I once again express our heartfelt gratitude and wish you a rewarding, joyful, and fulfilling retired life. Thank you all. Have a pleasant evening. Thank you.
So as I said, out of excitement and curiosity, I forgot to indicate or mention my own boss as well as another one important group. Certainly about CMD, I have just indicated something, but now on this day or this dais, I am just telling that several things we have been discussing, several things this company had seen, several growth we have seen. And one of the important reasons, you all know that the way he steers, but the way he commits or he stays committed, the hard work he puts in is remarkable, remarkable. I have seen him very closely and I have worked. And only one thing I wanted to tell about him, because that I prepared, I wanted to take some time, but now anyway I have come at the end. We all have three phases, normal, fast, and leisure. But he is also having three phases, that is fast, faster, and fastest. So I often remember him as a 3F man. So sorry for this, sir, actually. This is how I take it, because the things are happening very quickly because of his decision making or because of his drive. This is one reason. That another one, intentionally, why I have come here all the way is that the technical secretaries of all the directorates, I would like to specially mention here. The reason being, the quick movement of the files, the discussions or the decisions are being made only because of this very effective group, and then these groups are working tirelessly round the clock 24 hours. Because of that, several things are happening. I can keep giving several examples, but I would like to say that my special thanks to all of them, and then once again thank you to each and every one of you.
Thank you, sir, for your gracious expression of gratitude. Thank you, one and all.